In this video, we're going to find the terminal point on the unit circle determined by the angle 5 pi over 4 radians. So in general in this class, if you're given an angle and it has pi in it, you pretty much are going to know that that's always going to be a radian measure, even if it doesn't specifically say radians after that. So keep that in mind when you go to put things into your calculator. If it has a pi, be sure you're in radian mode. If it has a degree symbol, be sure you're in degree mode. So now aside from that, you don't have to use your calculator for this because you have a unit circle. It's really, this question is more of just a test of your understanding of the structure of the unit circle and it's kind of a quiz on understanding of the terminology or maybe the vocabulary. Namely, the thing that we're interested in is the terminal point. We're interested in understanding what that means. And essentially what we're going to do to figure out what the terminal point is that's where you'll take your angle, in this case 5 pi over 4 radians, and you're going to put it in standard position, meaning that it's going to start here on the positive side of the x-axis, and then we're going to go 5 pi over 4 radians in a counterclockwise direction. So we're going to be going in that direction right there. And if you didn't have a unit circle out in front of you with radian measure on it, for instance, you would just want to count off 5/4. So that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and then 5/4. And so that's how you figure out exactly where you are in terms of the unit circle. Now we're interested in the terminal point, and so what we're looking for is we're looking for this point right here, which as you can see is given by the x value negative square root of 2 over 2 and the y value negative square root of 2 over 2. So if you're looking for a terminal point, that's what you want to do. Essentially you want to put 5 pi over 4 radians, or whatever your angle is, starting on the positive side of the x-axis. You want to go counterclockwise that many degrees, and you want to see what point corresponds with a unit circle at that degree or radian measure. So that's going to be our answer for this problem, negative root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2, x and y value. So there's one other thing I wanted to say. You obviously, for this problem, don't have to count off fourths because you're given the unit circle. So you can just look for this 5 pi over 4 explicitly written right there, same thing as 225 degrees, and you can just say, okay, the point that corresponds with 5 pi over 4 is negative root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2. So that's why the unit circle is extremely handy. It's a good thing to try to memorize. You don't have to necessarily memorize it for this class, but it's a good thing to memorize working in that direction because, in future classes like calculus classes, you'll need to know what the sign of 5 pi over 4 is. So not only will you need to know how to find it, which is more of what this problem was about, but you'll need to know what it actually is, the x and the y value of our terminal point. So that's all you have to do for this problem.